Hello friends, my name is Emile. Welcome back to some more Forza Motorsport. Today we're continuing on Let's Play. This is episode 37, and today's episode we're taking a look at the Ultralight Cup in the Professional League. For that, we need to buy a car, and well, basically in the Ultralight League in this game you have two choices. You could buy an Opel Speedster, a Vauxhall VX220, or you can buy a Lotus.
So you have two choices.
Yeah.
Well, you have one choice.
Yeah, because I already used the Lotus, so it really comes down to which one I prefer out of the Opel and the Vauxhall.
And to be honest, all three of them are the same car underneath, aren't they?
Yes. Well, the Vauxhalls and Opels have different engines. The Opel has a very, very ugly front-end grille, so by that definition, it's Vauxhall time.
Oi.
But in the plus side, it comes in this cool-looking blue. It's about the only redeeming thing I can say about the VX220. Anyways.
Don't even think you could say about Vauxhall in general.
Well, yeah. Anyways. Ultralight's Challenge opens to unmodified production cars weighing less than 2,055 pounds or 932 kilos. First place receives the Lotus Exige. There is the restrictions. There's what we're up against. I bet you can't tell what the most OP car in this class is. Anyways, for today's events we go to Tokyo Circuit, Alpine Ring, Blue Mountains Raceway, Rio de Janeiro, and the test track infield. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So all the tracks are dead.
All the tracks are bad. It's all the bad tracks in a Vauxhall.
Well, not all the bad tracks, I just said all the dead tracks.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, that is also a point. But yeah, the test course one is bad. Welcome to this game's version of, whatchamacallit?
Ow.
What was that thing in GC3
Complex
called?
String.
Complex String, yeah. Except Complex String was fun.
Were there any actual races at Complex String?
Nope. Which is a shame, because Gran Turismo 3, as we found out towards the end, could have desperately done with track variety.
Yes, I saw that from like the 5 episodes I co-commentated in.
Hey, your friend co-commentated in one of them.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool.
I know, I didn't expect you to start talking about wrestling like that out of nowhere.
Hey, he kept us company for 2 hours of trial mounting in a Subaru Impreza, so...
Yeah. Won't have any classes with him next semester.
Huh?
Oh, because the semester's starting back up in all new classes.
Oh, baby. A whole new world.
I get to learn about computer modeling.
Oh, baby. Maybe you can find a knife wife in there. So, I've just found something else that's bugging me about the VX220.
What?
Have you noticed how reflective the headlights, or the tail lights are of literally everything going on around them?
Oh god.
There is so many reflections happening on the tail lights.
The only thing that annoys me about the car is the fact that it has 2 brake lights on one side and one on the other, because it's a reverse light.
That's not a brake light.
That's... Oh.
It's a reflector.
Why does it have one single reflector?
It's just the way cars are in the UK.
Is it really?
Yeah. My Subaru's got the same thing. It's only got one reverse light.
That would annoy the crap out of me.
It also annoys me, but I think some, like, if you... I don't know. I'm not 100% certain. I think if it's a saloon car, it has to have 2 reverse lights, or it used to. But, like, hatchbacks only have to have 1 reverse light, so most people only put 1 reverse light in because it's much easier to, or more cost effective, basically.
Oh yeah, gotta save that $2 every car.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what Ford did with the Pinto. Lawsuits
Hey, at
cost
least they
less
fixed
with...
the Pinto.
Yeah. But yeah.
Unlike Chevy and the Cobalt.
Yeah, it is kind of annoying, the reverse light thing, but you just sort of get used to it after a while. It also quickly shows you one of the main downsides of having a Subaru that has those weird rear lights that I'm still not a fan of.
Oh.
The, whatchamacallit ones. The Lexus light see-through ones.
Altezza, man.
Yeah, Lexus lights, yeah. I don't want to say Lexus lights because I don't know if that term was a cross-channel thing or not. Did I call them Lexus lights over there?
Altezza lights.
Yeah, I always hear them called Altezza tail light.
Huh. We call
I
them
don't know
Lexus
what like the
lights.
actual thing was like called like before people.
Probably they just call them Euro tail lights.
Oh yeah, Euro tail lights. That was the term.
Yeah, but the thing is, no car in Euro has those.
Don't think
Well,
it's
that
America.
Like,
Wow.
it's like the Ford Focus with the ZX3 with the European appearance package with absolutely nothing from Europe on it.
Just remember that the word Euro doesn't actually mean crap in America. It just means it's a thing that looks fancy.
Yeah, it's like fucking that fucking RCR video with the ZX3 with the European appearance package, and all I'm sat there is I'm just staring at the indicators on the Focus. Like, yeah, ours don't have those.
It could be worse. It could be the Chevy Celebrity Euro Sport.
Why did the Focus have indicators in the grille in America?
It was just regulations, and to be honest, I kind of like it better with the indicators in the grill.
It ruins the lines of the car for me, but
I think it's because I like the grill better in that version.
I suppose it's one of those things where if you get used to seeing something so often, it's like it sort of becomes.
Well, no,
like...
because when they facelifted it and got rid of them, I just never liked it.
Fair enough.
I
Focus is
kind
a
of
cool
want a
car.
Focus SVT.
You should get a Focus.
I wouldn't mind having a Focus SVT.
Hey, do you want, how much is a Focus SVT in America?
They're not that much. It's just trying to find one.
Do you want to know the funny thing?
What?
The SVT technically came to our place and we called it the ST170. Do you want to know the best bit about the ST170?
What?
Right now you can find them for like £400. Because they literally, people charge exactly the same price for them as they do normal Focus. And I've got a sneaking suspicion the ST170 might become a classic at some point. Sort of like the
You should
old...
buy one and invest.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking. I do kind of want a first gen Focus, but at the same time, if I'm going to get a first gen Focus, I've got to get Millennium Edition. Because black leather, bright yellow paint. Or I'd just buy a Puma.
If I did buy a Ford Focus SVT, I think I would put a Ford racing sticker somewhere on it.
No, you just dress it up like the FR200.
No.
The ultimate
stop.
American.
No, I'll dress it up like the Air Force Reserve Focus.
Oh, God. Hey, LRC.
Yes?
Question for you.
What?
How much do you think you could not fit in a Ford Puma?
That's a very good question. I have absolutely no idea.
I don't actually know...
Yeah.
I actually know Clarkson fit in a Puma as well, actually. Ironically enough.
Oh, so I'd probably fit.
Because the Puma
I'd
is...
actually fit. I would fit better than Clarkson because I'm nowhere near as fat as he is.
Puma is very, very tiny. Very tiny. I still kind of want a Puma. I always bought one and then I looked at the insurance and then saw it was $5,000. And I was just like, yeah, nope.
You know, I always wondered why the Focus Air Force Reserve was like everywhere in games in the early 2000s. Like, it seems like a really random ass car to have everywhere.
Fucking, you are speaking to someone who is playing a series which has, and I'm not joking, every single Forza Motorsport game has had an Eagle Talon in it. All of
Okay,
them.
you have a point.
An Eagle Talon without fail. In fact, do you want to know something interesting?
What?
Forza 7 is the first Forza game since Forza 2 to not have a Scion TC in it. Who
Oh, doesn't
cares?
Oh yeah, because Toyota.
Yeah, Toyota. Who cares about the Scion TC?
I actually unironically like the first gen TC.
I don't, for two reasons.
Why?
One, a certain someone owns one. Two, it's on an Avensis platform.
Oh.
Are you aware of what a Toyota Avensis is?
Yes, I am aware of what Avensis is.
Yes, Avensis, aka the car that crashed into one of my colleagues the other day. As in, she was just driving along and a taxi decided to reverse at her. And she owns a Citroen C1 and had nowhere to go. So the Citroen kind of chewed a bit of its own arse. I don't know why she owns a Citroen C1. She's offered it to me for £30 before. I don't want it.
I guess the other car that's been in Forza forever is the Cobra R.
Yeah, that's been in... Apart from this game, that's been in every... Actually, That's a good
it's in
that's
this
a
game,
good
I'm pretty
conversation topic actually. Fucking cars that just randomly appear in Forza and haven't gone away. I should make a top 10 list about
I
that.
thought the Cobra R was in this game, or is it the S281?
I think it's only the Celine S281. I don't think they have an actual SN95 in this game other than that one. I should make that. That's actually a pretty good idea if I ever wanted to get into a top 10 list. Top 10 weird cars in Forza that just sort of stuck around.
Viper ACR, the original one.
No, because I'd say that's like a... I'm talking like Eagle Talons and the cars that no one really uses. The 99 Viper's always been kind of popular.
I guess.
Shit, what has there been?
There hasn't been many ever since the Xbox One ones rolled around.
I know there's definitely a fair few cars that have carried over. In fact, I think the Blob-Eye Subaru Impreza has been in almost every single Forza game to date. The only one it hasn't been in, I think, was Horizon 1.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. The Peugeot 206 stuck around for all of the 360 era games. 308 GTI's been around since Forza 4.
That is weird.
And no one's been sure why.
That is a really weird one.
Yeah, it's the Peugeot, like, the 308, which, like, no one really likes. I like the Peugeot 308. We had one for a number of years, and I've always kind of liked the way they look. But, like, just,
You
no...
like it, but would you want to see it in a racing game?
A secret part of me would. The Renault
That's
Megane
the thing.
RS250 has been around forever, and that's a weird one because no one even cares for the RS250 because that wasn't even the best Megane. Shit, what else has there been? The AMC Javelin's been in a lot of them.
The last gen Celica, the specific version that stayed.
Oh, they had like the fucking action package stay in the game, didn't they?
Yeah.
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 But yeah, like the fucking, what did I just say? That car's been around for ages. The AMC Javelin. I don't think anyone's ever used the Javelin for ages.
Yeah, the Javelin came in 3, right?
Yeah, the Javelin was a
DLC.
DLC car in 3, I think. There's probably like a load of weird Fords. Like you
The thing
mentioned
that
the
always
Cobra R.
The thing that always gets me, the Flying Lizard like 997 Porsche, how they just never decided to update that until recently.
Yeah, that's been around since Forza 4. Well, technically it wasn't in 5 because...
It was in 3, I'm pretty sure, too.
Yeah. I'm trying to think really long and hard about this. Long and hard. Because there are, like I said, the word bit is, if I actually sat down with pen and paper and thought about this list, there's a lot of them.
I'm trying to think of it, too.
Yeah.
The thing is that I'm not as familiar with Forza 1's card list as the other ones.
Yeah, I'm sort of trying to think of games like 2 and onwards, because 2 is when they really started centralizing the car lists.
I will say one, the Saturn Ion was in every single Xbox 360 Motorsport. Who the hell used the Saturn Ion?
I think I did once, because when I found out it had a supercharger on it, but I don't even know if the version in-game had the supercharger or it was the later turbo model. I think it might have been the turbo.
You know, I'm kind of sad that the Cobalt SS doesn't show up in games anymore.
Yeah.
Some of the SRT4 has stayed around, but the Cobalt SS is like...
Yeah, the SLT4, that's a good one, actually. No one's used that fucking car for ages, and that's been in every single...
I think I tried to build that car every new Forza because I
ironically kind of like
to
it.
use that car.
The SLT4 has body mods in FM7, and they're just the best.
Yes, I
'cause
know,
they don't
I
even
know.
fit.
They just kept them from the earlier Forza.
The PT Cruiser stuck around for 4 games.
Yeah, but the PT Cruiser is a meme. I can kind of see
I'm not gonna
why.
lie, I still kind of want the Dodge Caliber SRT4 in a game, because 280 horsepower front wheel drive.
I know. Apparently those things weren't actually that bad to drive.
I know,
Well,
but I
when
kind
you
of
think
want
about
them
it.
to be bad to drive. Because that's, like, the SRT4's horrific to drive.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, it's basically
I've
a PC
tried
Cruiser
building
with
one.
a gazillion horsepower.
I've really tried building one, and it's never gone well.
Actually, here's one for you, and I know you're probably going to get a little bit hasty about it.
But
The fact the Chrysler 300C is still around is quite weird.
Yeah, it came in Forza 4, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Well, yeah, they had both versions in Forza 4. The 2012 came in as like a very early DLC car, and it's been around ever since.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like having the 300C around. I have a sneak like for the 300C.
I wonder if 300C Hellcat's gonna make it in.
Is that a real thing?
It's going to be a thing.
Oh god. I bet that's because they're killing the Charger, and I'm assuming they're gonna kill the 300C at the same time, right?
Wait, they're killing the Charger? I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, they're getting a whole new platform for it in a couple of years' time
Oh,
because
what? So it's not going to be based off a 20-year-old Mercedes platform anymore?
20-year-old Mercedes. Do you know how old that Mercedes platform actually is?
Okay.
1990. 27 years.
When I explained to my dad that the S-Class he had and the 300 are basically sort of related, he was like, but I thought it was the E-Class platform. I was like, it's a weird mix of both platforms.
Well, the weird bit is, I think the E and it wouldn't surprise me if the S-Class just ran on a fucking lengthened, because that's what half of
Apparently they
them
are
do.
actually different chassis, but the LX platform is like a weird mix of the two.
Oh, like Chrysler just... It wouldn't surprise me if Chrysler just, like, got some hammers and just started bashing stuff together. Just like,
It
duh.
does seem like the Chrysler way. I kind of want to see the Magnum SRT8 show up in the game.
Yeah, the
I
Magnum
do
would be cool.
unironically like the Dodge Magnum.
I still find it funny. I think I blew... I remember I blew Test Drive's mind once. That was quite funny.
The Chrysler 300 Touring over in Europe.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, what about the Chrysler 300C wagon? He was like, what? I was just like, yeah, that's a thing. And he was just like, oh, that's weird. I was like, yeah.
I don't find it that weird because people do that in America anyway.
Yeah. The Alfa Romeo Giulietta. There you go. There's a weird one for you. That's stuck around.
You're right.
You'd
it
expect
is.
that to be dead. You know, it's becoming a touring car next year, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, yeah.
I would root for Team Alpha, but Subaru's gonna fucking win again. Because Subaru fucking decimated the season last year, so fuck it, do it again.
Are you going to be watching that TCR championship in Britain too? Because more touring cars are.
Maybe if it's on an accessible channel.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going to Autosport, so I'll probably get educated on it there. Because that's where they would. Because last year they were speaking about the Tesla GT program.
Basically, how do I explain TCR? It's like GT3, but for touring cars. That's pretty much it.
Fair enough.
It's almost kind of like Super Tourers, but
Yeah, I think you said they're sort of like going back to the Super Tourer roots. They've got Nigel Mansell Autosport this year as well, which is cool.
ooh.
I'm gonna
you
get a
going
sexually
like what?
transmitted mustache.
I was about to say, are you gonna slowly caress his mustache?
Can you imagine, like, just, it's people going on stage and it's like, okay, it's time for question and answer time with Mansell, and it's literally just everyone just goes up to him and just gently starts stroking his facial mustache. Do you know what car I'm kind of almost surprised stuck around in Forza as long as it has done?
What?
The 350Z's still around. Which is...
That's a good point.
Because you'd expect that to be killed off by the 370.
You know, the other thing is that the first two Forzas both have two different versions of the 350Z.
Yeah, the Fair Lady Z and there's the 350Z track.
And Forza 2 has like the DLC one to go along with the 350.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird.
Forza should have had the Gran Turismo 4 Special Edition 350Z. I saw one of those for sale recently.
Huh.
18 grand. Which is ridiculous.
You know what car I wish stuck around in the Forza series?
Go on.
The Protege Mazda Speed.
Yeah, that would have been cool. The Mini Cooper S stayed around for a while, like the original Cooper S.
Yeah, before it got replaced by the John Cooper Works.
And that's been around for ages, and the John Cooper Works Mini was made obsolete in the first game it came in.
Yeah.
Because it
and
was
then
just like, oh hey, Forza 5, it's here. Oh wait, the GP Mini is also here. Okay. Like...
Didn't the GP come in 6 though?
No, the GP was 5. It was
Oh.
the DLC car, I think, at some point.
I kind of tried to black out Forza 5's DLC.
Well, I mean, I bought the car pass because
I did too.
I'll tell you how I bought the car pass. I bought an Xbox One, and I randomly woke up to a message from Microsoft like, "Oh hey, you bought an Xbox One between this time period, therefore you get a free £50 Xbox Live gift card." I was just like, sweet.
Nice McAfee.
So yeah, I know. So I bought Horizon 2's VIP and the Forza 5 car pass with that, and Forza 5 VIP as well. I've owned every single Forza DLC pack since Forza 4. It's crazy.
Even though I did kind of nut when I saw the 90 IMSA GTO.
I still love that thing. My favourite thing about it is that time that I drove it on Forza 6 and realised it had no headlights. So I had to drive around Le Mans completely blind, which was
Where's the
interesting.
R200 IMSA GTO at Forza? Yes, that was the thing that
I like it how I do complain about race cars coming into motorsport because grumble, I prefer having road cars, but at the same time, there are like a few race cars I'd like to see. I want the mental ones. I don't want any of this like old F1 bullshit. I want like the cool ones.
Forza has been pretty good about the mental ones.
I want like a fucking... Bring in that fucking DTM Calibra, that's what I want. Or,
actually, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, or bring in the actual like Racing 155 maybe. With like the
DTM
18K red line. Yeah.
The DTM Mustang could pull me back into the Forza side. But that's probably not happening. Plus,
hey, there you go. Fox Body Mustang's been around in Forza for a while as well.
Oh, yeah, since Forza 3.
The IROC Camaro's been around forever as well. And
also Forza 3.
Scotian's Trans Am actually, as well as like the fucking trifecta of the G-Body. Or is it F-Body or G-Body?
All the mullet mobiles. F-Body.
Yeah. Because Scotian's Firebird's been in every single one since 3, I think, that 87 Firebird came in.
You know what car I'm surprised never came back when they start adding in older cars again?
Go on.
The GTO.
Which GTO?
The Monaro.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what the worst bit is?
What?
If you look at the cars they missed out from Forza 4 and didn't bring back, it is actually quite weird. Like, they didn't bring back the Monaro. There was a few others that were like, why didn't you bring that one back? People have been moaning at you about that one.
I'm surprised they didn't bring back the Monaro for Horizon 3 because Aussie-land.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, it's kind of, I guess you could call that fucking Hoonigan Ute a Monaro, kinda. Because it's the Commodore, but still.
Well, yeah, they're all the same car under the skin anyway, so, yeah.
I've got to be honest, I was never a huge, massive fan of, like, that GTO. Like, I would take it or leave it. I'm
like
just
the
fucking...
Monaro better.
To be honest with you, I'm just glad they bought the fucking Q7 V12 diesel back, because that is a glorious vehicle, and it has all the body kits for it as well. And you can make it into, like, the full-on fucking torque mountain. BMW X5M, that's been around for a while.
Oh yeah, it has been every Forza since 4.
Yeah, and then meanwhile...
Remember how Forza 3 had like this
standard
base model X drive, and you're like, why?
Didn't they like DLC in the fucking BMW X6 in that game as well?
I don't remember much of Forza 3's DLC. I didn't have Xbox Live at the time.
The X6.
Remember the Genesis Super GT car?
The Hyundai Genesis was around forever. It's finally out of Forza 7.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Forza 7 doesn't have the Genesis. It only has the Veloster, I think.
Why?
I don't know.
People like the Genesis.
You never know, the Genesis, they might bring back like the big fucking coupe version of it. I remember the fucking Super Forza Genesis, that was cool. I remember the fucking Reese Millen cars from Forza 4, that was cool as well.
Drift car and rallycross car.
They could actually bring... Well, I don't get why they don't bring back that fucking Veloster, because they could bring it in. Like,
yeah,
it would make sense.
I'm thinking one of two things. Licensing, or they just don't care.
Yeah, maybe. They need a Pikes Peak car in that game, that's what they need. Fucking 208 T16 Pikes Peak. That thing.
The 405 Pikes Peak.
Well, yeah, that too. Or the Scudo, because a Scudo.
Yeah, Forza Gran Turismo doesn't have that Scudo anymore. I'm just waiting for Forza to be like, we'll just take that.
I mean, Forza 4 had a fucking Pikes Peak car, that's the worst bit about it.
Yeah, it had the SX4.
Yeah, it was completely fucking useless, but it was cool. Completely
Forza just
useless.
adds Pikes Peak.
Yeah. I'm still trying to think about this fucking what cars sort of were in Forza forever and ever and ever thing.
Talk about cars that were like only in one game and disappeared. The Dodge Charger stock car.
Yeah,
It literally
well,
was
both of
only in
them.
3.
Actually, no, the stock car was in Forza. The Ford stock car was in Forza 3, wasn't it? Because they had the Xbox
Yeah, it was
special edition.
Yeah, it was specifically the Dodge Charger stock car didn't make it to 4, but the Monte Carlo and Fusion did.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize there was a different one in 3. Huh.
Yeah, they had the like Xbox edition Charger stock car.
Until recently, I could have got very mad at that question because I could have started ranting and raving about the 996 Stratus Virgin.
I will never understand
Because that thing is sexual.
why the Charger stock car was like 11 PI lower than the other two.
Forza's weird about stuff like that. Have you seen the fucking Evos in Forza 7 yet?
No, and I get to fill out loose brain cells.
The
if I-
Evo 9 is 60 PI less than the Evo 8.
You don't have to get me started about the PI system in Forza. I get annoyed every time I look at the new Ford GT race cars PI and see that it's like right behind the GT500 GTR, and you're like, that's not how it works, Forza.
Wait, which one's quicker in real life?
Fucking GT500 is almost like LMP1 speeds nowadays.
Oh, because
They're
I was
like-
gonna say, you do realise the Ford GT in fucking 7 is bad. In 6 it was fucking like OP to fuck because it was the new car. In 7 it's bad. That fucking endurance race at Sebring is horrific because Rossi's Lamborghini is like better than yours in every single way.
Isn't Rossi's Lamborghini a Super Trofeo?
Yes.
Super Trofeo should be like the slowest out of all of them, other than the MC Gran Turismo thing.
Well, it's the lowest in PI,
Yeah, at least I got that right.
but like it's because it's a 4-wheel drive race car. That's the issue.
Oh yeah, because still the Gallardo Super Trofeo.
No, there's the Huracan Super Trofeo as well.
The Huracan's in it too, yeah.
Yeah. I want them to bring the one of the NSX race cars into the game, as much as I know haha breaks all the time. The NSX would be
what?
kind of a cool race car to have.
The GT3 or well,
Well,
GT3
either
is
of
like
them.
the obvious choice. The GT500 is just sort of eh.
Oh, I mean, if they
Look.
bought the GT500 in, at least the GTR would have a playmate.
And before they make the PA like stupidly low or something.
They
Because
should bring in
Forza-
the fucking BRZ GT300. There you
It
go.
still confuses me why the 935's PI in Forza 7 is like so much higher than all the other Group 5 cars.
Because it has 820 horsepower and the rest of them have like 500.
I mean, all of them kind of make like 800 horsepower. I don't understand why they just specifically
Nah, I
chose.
think the Monte Carlo is only running about 500.
In real life, it would have about 800 horsepower. Is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say, though.
Well, yeah, I love that new Porsche race car because that thing's just mental. I love any of those race cars where if you look at the back of them, you can literally see the real car just sort of hiding.
Yeah.
Like the what was it? The 280 ZX from Forza 6 and 7. The
yeah.
I'm not sure what sort of car that is, but that race
It's
car.
GTO, but it's technically Group 5. The 70s are weird for classes.
That Bluebird was cool.
Yeah. Like, I'm the race car guy, and I don't fully understand the 70s classes at times.
We need more super silhouette cars. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Mind
Super
you,
Silhouette is really just Group 5, though.
the thing is with silhouette is people are like, oh my god, we're finally getting silhouette cars, and you're like, yeah, but I mean the GTR came in as DLC, and we haven't seen another GT500 car since.
Bring back the GT300 cars from Forza. Give us the Prius.
Yeah, fucking yeah, sure. Well, actually no, Toyota.
Oh, well, it's a race car.
Actually, like.
Right,
Stuck
that
around
is a kind
forever.
of weird one to stay around.
And then they brought in like the fucking GS350 in Forza 5 that no one cared about.
Oh yeah, the CTS-V Coupe also stayed around.
Oh god, yeah, the CTS-V Coupe was
The
there.
Kim Kardashian mobile.
I hate the CTS-V Coupe.
So do I. They
Like,
could've
why
gave
couldn't
Swag-
you bring the fucking saloon? You had the '09 saloon. Why did you not? And then they fucking Forza was just like, hey, we'll add the CTS-V sedan. I was like, finally, a god listens. And then they fucking add the ATS, and it's a fucking coupe. And you're like, why?
I actually saw ATS the other day. ATS-V.
I don't
They're
like the
very good looking
coupe.
in real life. I don't like the coupe either. Cadillac coupes never look good.
No, like a Cadillac coupe, unless it's like a fucking Eldorado. That's what Forza 7
okay.
needs. Forza 7
Maybe
needs that fucking Eldorado Snoop Dogg edition Doug DeMuro reviewed.
Actually, wait. The XLR, I think I do like the way the XLR.
The XLR would be a cool car to have, because that'd be. Mind you, I guess its time's sort of passed, hasn't it? Because the best thing to compare it to would have been like an old C6 Corvette, and the proper C6 Corvette hasn't been in Forza for ages.
Yeah, other than the ZR1
ZR1.
because fast.
Yeah, heard the ZR1. Actually, there you go. The C5 Corvette's been around since Forza 1, and that's
Was
never
it not
really...
in Forza 5 though?
No, it's in Forza 5.
Well, then I like the C5 Corvette, so I've never complained.
Well, neither have I. But yeah, actually, the C5's probably like one of the meh-ist generations. Like it's
Actually, the Spree. The Spree's been around forever too.
yeah, the Esprit was around forever, and then it wasn't in Horizon 2 for some reason. And I complained, and then it got added, and then I stopped complaining.
Yes. I
Yeah.
won the Spree.
The Esprit's cool. I just like it how like the Esprit didn't the Esprit die purely because A, the fucking pop-up headlights wouldn't work, and someone decided they didn't want to make the gearbox for it anymore or something.
Yeah, I can't remember how the Spree died. I only remember it died the same year as the C5 Corvette, so they're joint tied for last car with pop-up headlights.
Yeah, I love the Esprit V8. That's such a cool car. Because it is mental, because it was like, hey, this thing that's originally supposed to take like a 4-cylinder is now going to take the Big Daddy V8, because why not?
Yeah, it's not that big of a V8, it just has turbos.
Well, yeah, but I mean, considering it was running through a fucking PRV gearbox.
Was it actually a PRV gearbox?
Yeah, it's a PRV gearbox on a Esprit.
PRV.
That's what they had to run, and apparently they like beefed the ever-living fuck out of it to try and make it survive.
I would imagine a PRV gearbox could be pretty beefy with all the Venturis and Alpines.
Well, I mean, the thing is, RCR explained it. Did you ever see the video with the LS DeLorean?
No.
They
Well, actually,
explained
I
it.
don't remember much from it.
The guy ran the PRV on his LS DeLorean, and the way they said is, the thing with the Esprit V8 is they basically had to, like, tune it more for power than torque. Like, that engine could make so much more power, but they had to basically save the gearbox. It was limited by gearbox. Because basically if they put any more power through the V8 Esprit, it would have just exploded and crumbled and died.
I wonder if the Spree GT1 ran a PRV gearbox now.
Oh hey, I've got a car that's been around in Forza forever, that's a bit weird.
What?
The Elan. Like the
Right.
old Elan.
Yeah, I just never pay attention to it anymore.
And
so
the
I
Lancia 037 actually.
always... 037 was Forza 3 DLC, right?
Yeah, and the 037's been around since. I think Forza's like the only game that really accepts the 037 as a real thing as well. Because everyone's else is like Delta S4, and it's like, this thing existed once.
I mean, Dirt Rally had both.
Well, yeah, I guess. But yeah, the 037, wasn't it like the last rear-wheel drive car to win a rally championship or something?
Yeah, it beat Quattro.
And then the Quattro was like, hi, I like that championship, I'm going to take it.
Actually, it was the Peugeot 205.
Ooh, all tyre upgrades for all cars are 25% off now. Woohoo.
Bridgestone.
Oh baby, we can buy tyres.
Is Bridgestone or nothing? I think that's their slogan.
Do you Bridgestone or do you stone the bridge? That's the question. Anyway, it's time for the worst track in the game. Yeah, that's
Oh,
a real
that
track.
one.
A track
yeah,
with
no,
so
it's-
many turns that it doesn't even have a number of turns.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, my roommate was just playing Forza 2, so yes, I remember this track.
A. Oh, Clio V6 has been in every single main Forza game.
Right.
And the R32 Golf.
That's right. I could see the R32 Golf. The Clio V6 is kind of weird. That's really like an early 2000s car and only an early 2000s car.
You see, I find the Mark IV R32 sticking around for so long weirder, because, like, What? Really? The R32's like... Everyone kind of... Like, the Mark IV, everyone sort of forgot about it. Like, everyone's raving about the Golf R now.
True. I don't understand why they did the name change from R32 to R.
Well, it wasn't a... It's because 32 was 3.2 V6 and the R is just a 2-litre turbo. The R has basically just got a Golf GTI engine. It's just got more power, and that's it.
And all-wheel drive, and yeah. Wait, the R32 was a V6?
Yeah,
I never
it's
knew
the VR6 engine.
that. Oh.
It's the Audi TT. Basically, what an R32 is it's the Audi TT 3.2 Quattro, just that underside bought onto a Golf. That's what it is. And the Mark IV and the Mark V had the 3.2 V6, and then they switched to the 2-litre for the Mark VI and called it the R.
Oh. Huh.
It's like, do you remember, this is fucking going way back, if you remember the Passat R36 as well, that was the same thing.
Yes, I do remember the R36 for some reason.
I kind of want an R36 Passat. Because that's like, it's such a weird car. Mind you, I think we're both in agreement of to what the best Passat is, aren't we?
The W12. W8.
Yeah, fucking
The
I...
weight.
Honestly, seeing a W8 for $5,000 is making me think, in a few years' time, I might treat
This is a stupid
myself.
decision.
Oh yeah, because it would basically it's a fucking Volkswagen, so it'd be broken all the time. But
And
like,
they're trying to find parts for a W8.
well,
Turbo.
it'll be the W8, 4-litre W8. What else? I assume it was in some Bentleys, maybe.
No.
No,
I'm
was that
pretty sure
W8 unique
W8
to
is
that
literally
car?
just only in the Passat.
Why the fuck?
What about the Phaeton?
Oh,
Or did
Phaeton.
that just get a V8?
Phaeton
the
might have a
Phaeton.
V8, W8, sorry. Yeah.
Hmm.
Because the Phaeton was V6. There was a
There was
6-cylinder
a V6
diesel.
Phaeton?
Yeah, in Europe there's a V6 Phaeton with a manual gearbox as well, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That actually doesn't sound that bad.
Oh,
Boom, the Phaeton.
basically you'd be buying a slightly better Passat at that point, but yeah, there was like a base 30 grand Phaeton with a manual and a V6. I don't imagine there's many around anymore. But
You know, I just thought of a weird question. You know VLN, that racing series in Germany, which is like, yeah, it's 200 cars and they're all in the Nürburgring.
yeah.
You know how every year there's always some team just entering a really random ass car?
Yeah.
And just be, yeah, we're doing. What would be the most random car to enter into that series?
The Vauxhall VX220.
You say that, but I could see that. Like there. have
What's
been,
the restrictions? Is there any like actual
Um,
restrictions or?
It's more like you enter a car and we'll find you a class. Just make sure it won't get you killed.
Then in that case, how about a Le Mans spec Pontiac Fiero?
You know, you probably could do that, and if it was safe enough, they would let you run.
I mean, it can be done. I've seen Fieros used as race cars over in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Duracer.
can spare- Yeah.
Car that's been around in Forza forever. BMW 1M Coupe.
You're right.
Yeah.
I just never pay attention to the 1M.
This is just going. You do realize this is going to be a continuous thing for the rest of the night. By the way, I'm just going to get like little ideas that is going like, ding.
Yeah, just throughout the next few days and like episode turns, people are just gonna get bored of you saying this every day.
No, it'll be fine. I should actually record a lot of these this week. That's a good idea.
Oh wait, I know which one. The Lancia Delta Integrale.
Yeah,
One, hasn't it?
that's been in. Yeah, it's been in. Actually, I think was that in Horizon 1 or was that?
It was
just
in
the
Horizon
Delta?
1.
Yeah, it was in Horizon 1. I think that's been in like every single Forza game to date.
I think it has been in every Forza game.
S15 Nissan Silvia. That's been around forever as
It's
well.
not really weird, but yeah.
Yeah, I know,
I mean,
but
it's
it's
a
like I think that's
Silvia.
the only Silvia that survived every single game. Though.
Just
The
because.
EP3 Civic, which made its way, it even got into the Forza Horizon. I
Oh
always
yeah,
thought that was-
EP3 Civic. Yeah. What are you gonna say, LSC?
I don't know, something the S15 endures because it's the Soviet American never got me.
It's also the best Silvia because it's the one that doesn't make me tired looking at it. Although I'm coming around to the S13 a bit more now, gotta be honest.
Would you hate the S14 as much as you do if it wasn't for the Forza fan base?
No. Because before I thought the S14 is what exactly it is, which is a very inoffensive sports coupe. It's got nothing. I'm sure it's fun to drive and everything, but like if you actually look at it, it's nothing.
I always like the way the later S14s look.
I'm gonna be honest really quickly. I only saw an S14 in the wild last Thursday, and I saw 2 of them.
Hey, LLC, do you want to know something even better?
What?
Last Thursday or Friday, I was moving my car, I looked in my rearview mirror, and I saw a bone stock 200 SX.
Eller, I can one up both of you, because I saw 2 of the same car one day. You want to guess what that car is?
Pontiac Firebird?
No. I did see
Pontiac
a
G.
classic Firebird that day, too. And I saw 2 E36 compacts.
Oh
in the same
god.
day.
But if you'd let me finish, the thing of it is that the first S14 I saw was slammed on its nuts. It was the
God.
stock kind of burgundy red color, and it had a fart cannon on it.
So,
And you know what the
the
second
normal
one was?
S14, bone stock.
Yeah. No. It was rubber blue, it had a full wide body kit, and it was sitting on the lift of the tuning shop that I went to. And I was just sitting there looking at it, and I was talking with the guy, and I'm like, I wanted to build something just like this over the summer, but I decided against it because the one S14 that I found was like $6,000, and it's like, yeah, no, fuck that. For like 3/4 of that, I can get an RX-7, and it already has a factory limited slip that isn't shit, has about the same power, and
Rotary.
That day in general was actually a good car spotting day for me. Because I actually saw the JDM trifecta. I saw the R32, like I said. I saw a FD RX-7, and I saw a Supra
Hey.
Mark IV, all in the same day.
They
Actually,
had an FD at the shop that was in like 1 million pieces, and they said they were going to throw a wide body on it, and I'm like, I gotta come back here.
You have to
LLC,
save it.
do you want to know something great?
Sure.
There's 2 S15s around my town
Fucker.
that I see on a regular basis. I'll take a picture of one of them at some point. There's a guy at a tyre shop who owns one. It's like a bone stock blue spec S or an R aero. It's got the spoiler on it and
The
everything.
Spec S is the non-turbo, the Spec R is the turbo.
I think it's a Spec
But-
R because it's got Spec R wheels on it. And there's also another fucker, I don't know what he's doing to it, it's a grey one. It has a fart can and a rocket bunny wing on it, so I think he's going to go the full way with it at some point.
He's going to
Jesus.
He's going to Liberty Bunny it.
Yes, so...
Actually, true story. Angel, of all people, tried to convince me to buy a naturally aspirated stick shift S15 when I was first looking for cars back earlier in the
Could
year.
you get an S15?
Yes, you can. You can. The thing of it is that I have to register it out of Florida.
Why are they legal in Florida?
But, here's the thing about the American car registration system. If I registered it out of, like, South Carolina, since they do online registration, you can register it to the address of the hotel, and they will literally accept that as your address. Like, you can provide
Nice.
them with a main thing and just say, like, yeah, we're registering this car out of here, we'll be moving down here eventually, we'll come back and get the license checked out, and then you can just do online renewal
Huh.
once a year, because they don't have inspection stickers.
Wait, but why is S15
And they will
specifically, like, able to be registered in Florida, though? I want to know,
Because
like,
Florida has absolutely no laws regarding this.
Yeah,
shit. You
Florida
get a lot of
doesn't
gray
give a
market
fuck.
imports.
That's why Tavares moved there. Because he
That
doesn't
too.
have
That
to do
too.
anything.
I mean, you can get like actual R34 Skylines down there in Miami for like 60 grand if you have enough cash.
Did you see the
used to be
Doug
able to.
DeMuro video on the R34, by the way? I fucking love that story. Oh, we're just gonna start importing R34s, but they kind of just tell the government that they're actually R33s. Anyways, that is it for the ultralight racings. For all of that, you do get Lotus. You get the Lotus Exige, which I will show off quickly. I'm assuming the Exige is here. Yes, okay. 2005 Lotus Exige. It is the same colour as the one Jeremy Clarkson got chased around by an Apache helicopter in a very old Top Gear episode.
I remember that episode. That was a good
Lowe's,
episode.
I imagine Lowe's headquarters was like, how do we make the higher performance version of the car? Let's just change the consonants in our name.
Let's just make it black. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Next time, we're actually going to do an event that we haven't already done, so you get to see the prize car at the same time as we do. Holy fucking shit. Join us for that.
Oh my
Until then,
God.
farewell.